Good evening and welcome to the Good evening and welcome to the Team Idris channel. I've been asked to drag Twotoodo, my fighting robot from 2002, out of the bottom of the cupboard there. So here it is. That's some very early welding that I did with a MIG welder, and that's not very good. But that's its fighting plough. This is the one that actually skims along the arena. It's in aluminium. This is its much thicker 2mm steel. I'll call it the play plough. It's just about locking around in the car park. So we've got a 3mm thick body and flexible skirts. They only drop so far at the moment because the play plough stops them going down too far. The back end is just flat ended. So when this is all bolted down, the flipper goes right to the ground. It comes up and goes vertical. Because of the curves, it tends to roll onto its back, and that flips it back onto its wheels. Let's get something pokey to jab in the back of it to flick it all forward. There we go. It's a good fit, and it needs to be. Yeah, so that's sort of the armour, which is changeable. Right, the inside. So 2 1-inch rams and a third ram just to get it started. When these rams are fully down, the leverage is very bad, so this one just pops up and gives them an extra start. The big pipe around the outside here is actually the reservoir. It doesn't hold a lot of air, but that's enough to keep it charged up. The compressor is just in there. That's a 12-volt compressor piped in. There's no relief valve as such. It's just got this switch here and a little piston inside that connection that turns the compressor on and off. Both sets of batteries down the back are both 12 volt. Together they make 24 to make the solenoid work. One works the compressor and the other one is for working the wheels. So the rear wheels are on suspension. So this drill motor works that wheel, that one works this one. They both cross over above the battery pack. And then there are rubber bands on the outside of the tyres, just a peg to drive, and a load of quarter socket sets. The front end is a pair of steering wheels, casters, and those are rigid. You can adjust the height of them by screwing them in and out, but they're the ones that keep the cutting edge firmly on the ground. The big servo, big old 9kg servo from the 2000 era to steer it. There's your 2 Anderson plugs for isolators to isolate the compressor 12 volt and the motor 12 volt. What else we got? There's a bit of battery in there. I think the battery is split into 2 components. That must be to fire the weapon. I've got to admit, I haven't had this thing out the cupboard for years. There's the big speed controller. It's a boat one, plenty of current to do the job. So there isn't a differential on the back. It just relies on one motor being faster than the other or slower. They sort themselves out. Oh, there's a cable here to stop the velocity from ripping the ends out of the rams. I don't think there's a lot else in there really. It's all pretty technical and difficult to build. That's from the era when drills had a proper gearbox housing, not like they do now where you take them out the drill and they literally disintegrate. That might be the receiver poked underneath there. Hinges are nothing special. You can see the sort of impacts it's got. That's from going up against a spinner at some stage. It seems to have taken that okay. There's another chunk out the bottom there. Most things, these literally run on the arena and flex up and down, so most things come up and hit that. You see the scuff marks. And yeah, various things are mounted loosely and in foam so that they just wiggle around a little bit. But yeah, that's Twotoodo. Thanks for watching.